Double your price on a small order? Lose a larger contract. This happened last year in a small lake town community. Small revenge, but satisfying. Some particulars have been changed to protect the innocent, but otherwise it happened as written. I hired an independent contractor to deliver a product to my cabin on a lake. Several neighbors joined in to have the same product delivered to their places on the lake as well. After they found out, I was able to arrange it. Note, the delivery had to be made over the ice, so very few companies are willing or able to do it. An initial price of $120 per delivery was quoted, which was 50% higher than a few years back, but we agreed. Just before delivery, when the ice was finally thick enough to handle the weight, the contractor called and said the price was now $240. Take it or leave it. After some haggling, $240 was agreed upon, because the material was really needed. That is not successful haggling. After delivery, though, the price increased to $300 per load. Seems the ice did some damage to his vehicle and he needed to recoup the repair costs incurred from his own negligence. We paid but vowed never to use this contractor again. Revenge. I'm on the HOA board of directors. This contractor submitted for approval the only bid of $2,500 for an easy brush cleanup and tree trimming job, and he was sure he had the work. Another board member and I didn't even let the bid he brought come before the board for a vote. Several volunteers went out a few weeks later and completed the work in a few hours. The HOA will not be using this contractor as long as I am a member. You won't even let your fellow members hear about this guy's vote? Yeah, that's not okay. It's one thing to boycott him yourself and something else entirely to make your HOA members boycott him unaware. Enjoy your tacos, lady. This happened long ago when I was a kid working at Taco Bell. This lady comes in because she ordered 30 Taco Supremes and they didn't have sour cream. She was a drive-thru customer. I was working the front register. I had zero to do with her order, but she read me the riot act, insulted me, screamed at me, a total jerk. So my manager tells me to get on the line and remake her tacos. She's still yelling at me as I make them. So as I wrap them, I purposely press down just a little too hard so they all break. I'm assuming she didn't notice until she got home. He made and then broke every single taco. That is just so wrong. Kids can't sleep? Neither will you. This is a classic from years ago. My parents had 3 kids, all pretty close together in age. At one point, they had 3 kids all under the age of 5, which is a handful. It's weird that he says they had 3 kids under the age of 5 and not at one point we were all under the age of 5. That's kind of weird language. They also had a neighbor that loved to blast loud music all day and into the evening, past the kids' bedtime. One day, Dad decided to ask the neighbor if they could turn down the music because he had kids trying to sleep. The neighbor's response was, "What are you, some kind of weirdo?" Dad, being the non-confrontational yet passive-aggressive type, went home. So, what did Dad do? Every time the kids woke Dad up in the middle of the night, Dad's first move was to go to the phone. Call the neighbor's house phone, and as soon as the neighbor picked up, he would hang up the phone. As you can imagine, 3 kids under 5 wake up in the middle of the night a lot. This continued for a couple of years. He did this for years? Also, this was the 90s, so call blocking and caller ID wasn't a thing. I just looked it up. According to Google, caller ID became popular between 84 and 89, so chances are that guy could ID Dad. It also says call waiting came online in 95. Lady, you want to see who has the better bass? You better put on a good song. It's late. We want Whataburger. We're jamming to the new song, blank. Some lady in front of us has blank blasting, trying to show off her bass. Was she though? Are we sure? My buddy up front just slowly starts cranking up the volume. Did I mention we have the blank version of that song? We have a bass installed in the back, previous owners doing, and we watched the look of horror on the lady's face as we cranked up the glorious song. Were we jerks for making other people suffer? Probably, but they turned their volume down. Not super special, but I hope it gave someone a chuckle. This doesn't feel like petty revenge to me. It doesn't even feel like passive aggression. This is just like a weird challenge or game, like we can turn our music up louder than yours and the other person just folds, so you end up winning. Make me talk to a coworker who won't stop telling me what to do. Enjoy Easter without me. Okay, so this happened the day before Easter. I work at a large retail chain and I have a coworker who does everyone else's job, not his, and thinks he can tell others what to do. Some examples of things he's done: I had to wear nice sweatpants a couple of days, which is against dress code. He called me out while wearing a shirt that broke the dress code and told me management didn't care and already saw him. After being told I could take a toll without an escort one night as I was the only one in my area of the store, he called management on me to get me in trouble. Told me how to make the shoe area look nice after I'd been there for months. It literally is just putting the shoes on the pegs and pulling them forward. I've been working there for 3 months. There are a few other things, but for the sake of keeping this shorter, I'll leave them out. He tried to talk to me again the other day about non-work related things, and I said, "Please don't talk to me," to which he replied, "Why?" I asked if he really wanted to get into it right now and he said yes. So I listed off the above things and told him he's always telling me what to do. He said he wasn't, and then I walked off. Right before I clock out, I'm called into the management office and I'm lectured about how I need to talk with him as a team player. They said it wasn't that I was in the wrong, but the tone of the room felt different. I walked out of the office a half hour after my clock out time, which may actually get me in trouble, and I pulled out my phone, put in my PTO for Easter, and left. This one was hard to read, but it's actually the only one that feels like actual petty revenge and not passive-aggressive behavior. My necklace is ugly? Sorry, we don't have what you're looking for in stock. I work at a jewelry store and I was wearing an evil eye necklace. It wasn't a fancy diamond piece or anything, but it was made out of silver with a gold overlay. It had stones, like, it was cute. Some guy comes in and tells me he's looking for an evil eye pendant like mine, but actually pretty. Excuse me? Did he seriously just call my necklace ugly to my face and tell me he wants me to find him something better? Forget you, guy. I flat out told him I was sorry, but we did not have any evil eye pendants. There was a tray right behind me, and I just straight up lied to his face and sent him on his way. I don't know if he believed me or not, but he left. Go buy a better one somewhere else. By the way, mine wasn't from my store. It was actually from another store. Sure, I had nicer gold ones at the store, but he didn't deserve my service for being a jerk. Okay, but that didn't hurt the customer, or would-be customer. That lost sale hurt the employer, so... My petty revenge at this fast food place. Alright, so I worked at a fast food place for about 1.5 years. At first, I was super nice and friendly, but then lost hope in the humankind and just turned into a revenge machine. Most times, I would just ignore people's attitudes, but some people really deserved a lesson. You yelled at me or at my coworker at the drive-thru while we were taking your order? Okay, enjoy your drink, because I will press a button that says split with water, because some customers wanted their sodas watered down. Other times, I will press the button that says no butter on bread, no pickles, no something. If this happened while I was at the soda station or when bringing out your order to the parking lot, I will accidentally forget your straws. Good luck trying to drink your lemonade while driving. Oh, you were suspicious, checked your bag because we're stupid and we always forget something, and you ask for straws before leaving? Oh, my bad. I'll tell you I'm really sorry and proceed to tell you I'll be right back. Then I'll go to the restroom, check my phone, talk to random coworkers on the way, and 10 minutes later, bring your straws. But by then, you'll be gone. Oh, you're still there? I'll ask my coworkers if they need me to help them restock or cover them for a bathroom visit, etc. I will not go back to your car so you can tell me I'm stupid and slow. Other times, I'll forget your sauce, napkins, same strategy as the straws. I once told one of my coworkers about this and she was like, "Oh yeah, those are great ideas. I just act extra nice to them, but put more items in their orders at the drive-thru, so they end up paying more." Most people would go through the hassle of discussing there was a problem with their order, but anyone who's been at this restaurant knows lines are extra long, and by the time you're at the window, you just want to get your food and get out of there. On a positive note, I would always make sure to give extra sauce and extra napkins sometimes extra drinks. This was sometimes dangerous to people who treated me or us like decent human beings. Also, with DoorDash orders, sometimes we accidentally made extra orders or Dashers would not claim them. So instead of throwing them away, which is store policy, I'd give them to the Dashers, just randomly. I didn't take into consideration their attitude toward me. Most of them were nice and patient. Of course, I would not give them cold, soggy fries, but most other food was perfect. My pleasure. Not sure what to say here, just so many things wrong. PettyRevenge, shaken not stirred. I worked in hospitality for a number of years, and this happened around 2005. We had a large function on a Friday afternoon for two rival sporting teams in our city that were due to play each other on the weekend. All is going well at the function with the lunch and the guest speakers finished, so people are just generally socializing. Now, I'm used to people having a few too many drinks and getting a little bit rowdy, as people functions tend to do. This guest, however, calls me over with an "Oi, get over here." And as I get closer, he says, "Get me a drink, loser." I said, "Excuse me?" He again repeated the words, "Get me a drink, loser." I replied with a "I'll get you a drink when you ask me nicely." He apologized and asked if I could please get him a drink. I said, "No problem." As I walked away under his breath, I heard him say, "Loser," with the intention that I hear it, but I just kept walking. So I went to the back of the house to get him a drink. In most cases, the drink is served in glasses that have been poured from a keg. However, this function has cans from the sponsor of the weekend's big game, and when serving the cans of drink, we are meant to open the can before serving. However, this time the can would remain closed until the guest opened it, as I had just spent the last half a minute out the back shaking the can vigorously. I put the can on the table and took off, as I wasn't going to wait around for him to open it with me in the area. I looked back just after he opened the can, and the contents of the shaken can made a massive mess. Some people screamed, some people laughed, and he was covered in the drink. Unfortunately, some other guests had a little bit on them as well. I continued walking, pretty proud of my petty revenge. Later, I quizzed a co-worker who helped them with napkins to clean themselves as to his mood. She said he was fuming but settled down, and then I told her what I had done, and she said it was justified. I thought he might lodge a complaint with my manager, but nothing came of it. Too long didn't read? Waiter gets called a name, shakes the can, contents go all over guest. A few of these posts include that another person said the revenge was warranted, but buy-in from someone else doesn't make a bad thing good. So, the winner of the award for Best PettyRevenge goes to the coworker post. Congrats. Stand right over there, please. Thank you. The winner of the Best Non-Petty award goes to Loud Music post. Of all the posts I read today, this is the most wholesome. It should be shared with family and friends. You stand just right over there. Thank you. The rest of the posts tie for winner of the Passive Aggressive award, which we have decided not to give out so as not to encourage that sort of behavior. Thank you all for coming. And that brings us to the end of r/PettyRevenge. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you like videos like this, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys. Did I say thanks for watching? Thanks for watching if I missed that.